Hello ladies, welcome to my newest pick a card reading, and this one is going to be titled like why you keep arguing or getting in fights with your significant other, or you can replace it with a friend as well. But it's basically mostly for those arguing in relationships. Number one is going to be the overall energy of the relationship. 2, we'll look into your feelings. 3, we'll look into their feelings. 4, we'll look at some obstacles, and then number 5, we'll get some advice. So there will be the yellow, blue, or red today. So go ahead and meditate on that. The way I like to choose is I close my eyes and I wait until my gut or my intuition tells me to open them. And then wherever my eyes land, that's the one that I pick. But you can do this however you like. I just ask that you please use your intuition to get the most accurate reading. Okay, so let's start with number 1, the yellow. Let's look into the overall energy. And I did get some new cards. They are the Starman Tarot, so I'll read little quotes that they have in the book because I feel like that helps me, and then it might do something for you as well. So let's look at the overall energy. Let's choose yellow. Already a lot of green, so I already feel like there is a lot of love here between you two. Like you may be handling a lot of the finances, and this might be an issue. I feel like a lot of your arguments have to do with money, or maybe you're not able to provide money, or vice versa, like you're the only one providing the money. So let's read what the Starman Tarot says about the card that you got, which is the High Priestess. Look how beautiful and stunning these cards are. They are really shiny, so it's hard to get a good angle. But yeah, these cards are killer. Alright, so let's look at the High Priestess. Find out what she has to say about the overall energy. I offer up the mysteries of life. It says, trust your intuition, listen to your inner guides. So basically, you really need to go within about this situation. I'm feeling like the overall energy is that you two really do love each other a lot. You're each other's world. I feel like a lot of the arguments have to do with money. And I feel like there is some defense mechanisms. A few of you are like maybe wearing a mask, or they're wearing a mask, but as soon as this mask comes down, you're really going to be able to open up your heart. So I feel like there are some masks that are down. I feel like you two do feel very lucky and blessed to be together, and you are each other's world, but there is some this chaos and conflict. I feel like it's concerning finances. Okay, and I'm hearing something about like maybe they don't like your pet cat. I don't know why, but maybe for very few of you. Okay, so now let's look into your feelings. Let's check out how you're feeling. Yeah, this is definitely keeping you up at night. Arguments. Okay, I feel like you feel very trapped by this. When you guys get into these arguments, you kind of just clam up and keep to yourself, and you feel very trapped by this. And I feel like you go through a lot of sleepless nights up at night thinking about these things. But I do see him really caring about you and wanting to support you and wanting to help you. So like I stated earlier, I really do feel like a lot of these arguments are financial based. And I'm not sure if it's like him asking for more of you or you of him. But I feel like you really are just wondering what is going on and why is this happening now. Because I feel like in the past you guys have had the same kind of things going on, but they have never been an issue. And now all of a sudden these things that wouldn't have bothered you guys in the past are now issues, and this is really causing you a lot of stress and feeling you to just kind of feel trapped in your own space. And I feel like you haven't been opening up a lot. Alright, let's look into his feelings. Oh, let's go from the book real quick on your feelings on that Nine of Swords. Let's see what else it has to add. Sorry about that. I just really, let's see what the message is. I perceive danger everywhere. So yeah, I feel like you're really just feeling like everything is really chaotic and you're not sure which way to go or what to do. Alright, let's see what we got here. He really does see you as, we got the Queen of Cups, so he does see you as his Queen of Cups. He does see you as like the ultimate love. Okay, first, let's look into what the Four of Wands has to say from the Starman on his feelings. Whoa. Jeez. Okay. Sorry about that. Four of Wands. Okay, it says, I enroll others in the strength of my vision. Set the stage for celebration. Communicate and build your pillars of the relationship. So I feel like he really does want to communicate and he really does want to build this solid foundation. Because for me, like Four of Wands is like setting up foundations, being solid, being stable with you. So I really feel like he does want this stability. He does have a lot of love for you. He does see you as this generous, kind, and compassionate woman. He really does want to be fair. It says to be fair. Here and now. I feel like you guys kind of fight a lot about things that may be in the future that cause you a lot of anxiety, or maybe things in the past that make you kind of depressed. And he wants to kind of live more in the here and now. His feelings are aiming towards wanting to do that. Sometimes he feels like he's coming to the edge and like everything is going to be over for you guys, and it really does frighten him a bit because you really do help him feel like home. So he really does want to be more fair with you. He does have this homey feel when he's around you. Let's find out about the first chakra, Archangel Michael. Let's find out if this could be blocked. This is out of fear. So yeah, he definitely has fears as well, and he sees danger everywhere. I feel like he has a fear of losing you. And this makes him very, very disheveled, very kind of which causes him to act out of the ordinary. And I feel like that's why things have kind of changed in your relationship, is that he just all of a sudden has this fear that he might lose you. But the advice basically here is that he knows he needs to live in the present moment, and he wants you to also do that with him. Okay. Now let's look into some obstacles. Ooh. Okay, so we got Temperance. So basically, you guys' main obstacle is balance. So you two need to obtain some type of balance. And I feel here again with the mask coming off, and kind of just be able to see through one another. Totally be transparent, let your guards down, and you'll be able to obtain balance. So that's the obstacle that you guys are facing. That's kind of the thing that is also causing arguments, is some type of balance between your emotions and your brain. So I feel like these things Sometimes you guys are thinking with your brains and then sometimes with your hearts, and this is misbalanced. So, and I do feel like maybe focusing on the money aspect a lot may cause a lot of tension, but I feel like once you two both get balanced, you guys are going to be able to handle these issues a lot better. So let's look at any advice. Okay, I need to say advice right away is you need to connect with Source and stop feeling so alone and orphaned. Like, here it is, the orphan. You're not alone. Anytime you're feeling alone, you just need to reconnect with Source. Okay, and this is going to be, this cycle that you guys are going through is coming to an end. So we have the 10 of Swords. 10 is completion. So you guys are pretty much at the very end of it all and been through the worst parts, and there is this new victorious beginning around the corner where you're really going to be celebrating all that you've been through and overcome together. Now we have the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So this has to do with ego detachment. So you need, once you guys are able to detach from your egos, you're going to be able to open up at a more heart-based love, and this is really going to help you two with the issues you are having. So the advice is kind of learn more about connecting through intuition and kind of detach. Learn ways you both can let your guards down and kind of detach from your ego, kind of gain some knowledge in this area when it comes to the 7th chakra. It's telling me. Okay, so now let's look at then you got the Queen of Wands. So let's look what it says about the Queen of Wands. What advice? Okay. I gracefully take center stage. Step into creative power. Be resolute. Dare to break conventional boundaries. Be generous with your power and trust yourself. So basically you just need to trust yourself, stand in your own power, and don't be afraid of the obstacles that are ahead of you, because this, the hard part is basically, it's over, and there's clear times around the corner. But the advice, basically, you need to connect more with self, do a little crown chakra clearing, and you can do this with Archangel Uriel. Okay? Alright, thank you those who chose the yellow option. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and comment down below which option you chose and if it resonated. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Bye! Alright, those of you who chose option 2, the blue, let's take a look at what's going on. So, the overall energy. These are my new cards, so I'll probably read the little quote from the book for these because I really like it. Okay, I can see right away what's going on. So you two, there's so much about balance here. There's balance in so many ways, and I'm just going to show you here in 1 second. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Okay, so we have Temperance, which is basically balancing the mind and the body. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, which is like another balance. And then we have co-create. So I feel like that is like two people doing something. So another balancing of two. Magician in the mirror, how he's balancing here the fire and the ice. The yin and the yang, how they perfectly complement and balance one another. The Royal Heart with the two people, the number two. There's two everywhere here. Caring connections. So basically what's going on is you guys are going through a balancing act. I feel like maybe the relationship is new, and if it's not, you're just kind of tying up loose things that aren't really working, and you're just balancing each other out. Your energies are balancing, which is causing a little friction and conflict is what I'm seeing here. But we can still read the little quotes from the book for the Star Moon Tarot. So you got Temperance. Let's find out what's going on with Temperance. Alright, it says, I am astonished by the beauty of life in all of its facets. Seeing the extraordinary in the extraordinary. Is exquisite balance, a period of rebirth. Like I said, you guys are going through a period of rebirth. And then you also got the Death card. So before rebirth, there is death. So let's check out what death says. Yeah, this is basically a balancing act of the two energies. Alright, now we got death. I know that this too shall pass. Like I said, this is something that's passing. This is just kind of a phase you guys are going through, and you're going to get through it. Ending of a major phase is to be trusted. Surrender. Awaken to life. New growth. And strip yourself bare. Shuffle off your current identity and rebirth yourself. So again, with the rebirth, you guys are going through a rebirthing process in the relationship. You're trying to birth a new love, something new. And then you have the Two of Pentacles. Okay, let's find out what that's going on with that. Alright. I perfect the art of balance, responsibilities. Strike a balance. Reinvent yourself to suit your desires. Ride the wave of the challenge in your life. So yeah, you guys are basically just going on, you're on this part of the cycle. Again, balance is everywhere here. So basically, that's the overall energy. The arguments are just due to kind of creating some balance. So now let's look into your feelings. Okay. And then you guys aren't going to believe the more twos we got here. Okay. So your feelings. I feel like you are really impressed by how he handles his money, or you're very unimpressed about how he handles his money. I feel like your feelings have something to do with the finances. And then we have the High Priest. So this is somebody who's the leader. Also with the two different keys here, the Sun and the Moon. So I feel like you do want to create this balance, or maybe you're someone who is initiating this balance. And that's kind of how the energies are changing. I feel like you really do want to work hard at this relationship, and you do see it worth all the work. And then you got the Ace of Cups for the Star Moon Tarot. And the Two of Wands. So let's look at the Ace of Cups. Let's find out what that means for your feelings. I overflow with the essence of life. Allow the replenishing energy to wash over you, abundance of growth. Offer your creative brilliance and love. So I really do feel like you do want to offer this love to them. You have this cup that has so many beautiful things that you would like to share. So I feel like, you know, your feelings aren't too negatively right now towards this whole situation. You do see you two building a pretty great life together. Let's look into the Two of Wands. I dare to choose. Gaining perspective. Wait for the right moment. Drafting plans. Look out for the future. So I dare to choose. So you realize that you have a choice. Again, with the High Priest, I feel like you have a choice. You guys can either go at this in a dark way, or you can go at it in a light and healing way. And you realize that that choice is upon you right now. And I feel like you do feel like all this work is definitely worth it, and you do see you two being able to settle down together and build a home. Now let's look into his feelings. Okay. So in the last read, so let's make sure we get this next. His feelings. Alright. We got the Hierophant again. Oh no, it's High Priest, the Hierophant, same thing. The High Priest is what it's called in the, which is terrible. So you guys do match when it comes to feelings. Okay. So you got the Hierophant, which goes along with your feelings, which is the High Priest. This is the same guy. So let's read from the book and find out what this means for his feelings. I am the teacher of the universal law, caretaker of spiritual knowledge, teaching others what you know, awake to greater understanding of the world, paying attention to the details. So I feel like you two really are teachers to one another. So you were brought together to teach each other. And this phase in your life that you're going through is to teach you two. I feel like you both learn something from each other. I feel like he does want to create this balance with you. And he feels a really strong love for you. You feel like a breath of fresh air for him, regardless of the arguments. You really do make him feel at home. And he really does want to be more fair with you, both with the scales here. There's the scales here and the scales here. So he really does want to achieve this balance as well. I feel like you both want to achieve this balance. Then the Sun, he really sees you in a really great light and sees you as beautiful and shining. And as a victory, he does see you as a victory, and he does feel victorious to have you with him in his life. So I feel like you both are kind of aware of what's going on. I feel like you both really do want to gain this balance, and I feel like once it's established, you guys are going to be able to get through this cycle, and I feel like the cycle is coming close to an end here. So let's look at some obstacles. We got the King of Swords. We do have a little book here for this one, so we're not use it. We just got called to, so we're going to do it. The King of Swords. Hold on here. Alright, this says power, the will and the sword behind the castle doors. So an obstacle you might be facing is power. So I feel like you guys got to kind of come to a balance and quit trying to gain power over the other. I feel like maybe one of you or both of you might be trying to gain the role as king and gain power. Like you're both very alpha, like you want to be in charge. Both of you want to be in charge. And once you guys both let go of this like need to be the one in power, I feel like this is really going to help you guys a lot. So that's the obstacle, the main obstacle you'll be facing. Let's look at some advice. All right. Just understand that this relationship is fated with the star and the fates. Like, so, as the saying goes, like the stars align to bring you two together. So just really kind of go inside yourself and use your intuition and to trust what you know about this relationship. Trust what you know, not what anything that I say to you, but trust what you know. Realize that you guys are like right in the middle of a like this transformation phase, but there is light on the other side, so just be patient. And so in both the readings, you got the man holding the coin and the woman holding the coin. So understand that you guys are going to achieve this balance. So I feel like maybe this is something that you guys were lacking here, but this is in the advice that we need to achieve this balance. Both of you need to be holding the coin. Both of you need to be doing the part in the relationship. It cannot be one-sided. And once this is achieved, there's going to be a lot of peace and you're going to feel really elated and very happy with the outcome and just how things are. So just realize that this cannot be a one-sided thing. It needs to be give and take on an equal amount. So the Starman card you got for advice was the Nine of Wands. So let's check out and kind of find out what this one means. I am willing to face the darkness and negativity. Learn to build resistance. Move beyond the darkness within you. Push through the wariness. You are almost finished. So like I said, this cycle's about through. You're almost there. You guys are almost there to the light side. Don't give up. Just keep pushing through. Keep that strong willpower in you. And I feel like things are really going to turn around, okay? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Comment down below which option you chose and if it resonated. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye! Alright, ladies, those of you who chose option 3, the red, let's find out what's going on. Let's look at the overall energy. And I did get a new deck, so I'll be reading from the book because I like the little quotes that it has on there. They're very empowering. So let's look at the overall energy. Guys. Alrighty, so far 2 cup cards, so a lot of emotions firing. A lot of emotion going on. I like a lot of passionate emotions going on. Okay. So I feel like a lot of the arguments have to do with him being kind of standoffish and you just really can't figure out what's going on. So this is kind of like fueled up a lot of, like with this orange, like a lot of passion and a lot of deep emotions between you two have caused like some arguments. Maybe something to do with finances with the woman holding the coin, possibly to do with the pet. I keep feeling that with the cat here. And the Starman Tarot card you got was the 7 of Cups. So these cards are really reflective, they're beautiful. So let's find out what the little quote here is for the 7 of Cups. And says, I use my imagination. Dream big and put a plan in motion to make them happen. Receiving guidance from dreams and altered states. Fully expose your creative gifts. So I feel like you just need to really show your true side and show, I think both of you kind of just need to let these guards down and be able to express yourselves. I feel like for some reason, I feel like this is more him. I feel like you want him to let his guard down and express himself more creatively. I feel like that's more of the flow with what this is. And I feel like you just feel like he'll feel really blessed and elated once he's able to do this. But I feel like the main bit of the argument is just kind of him letting his guard down and being able to let you in. So let's look at your feelings. Okay. Okay. So now you also have the King of Pentacles and the woman holding the coin. So I really do feel like a lot of these disagreements have to do with money. So there's some kind of issue going on with finances. I feel like you see the potential in him. You just tell him, just imagine, just see this going on in your life. You just want him to picture his life in a more beautiful light. And you really do want to give him the strength. But right now he seems to just kind of not be seeing the big picture that you have. Maybe you want to start a new business or you want to start something that is investing money and you have this big vision in your head and he just doesn't really see it. And then you really, you know that this is going to give you and him the ability to shine. And you really just want to stand in your own power on this. And it seems to be like a lot of arguments regarding this. That could be a certain situation. But basically, there's a situation involving money and you need him to kind of just see in his head how you see it. See the vision you see, you know, regardless of what that is. And then you got the 8 of Cups for the Starman Tarot. So let's look at what the message is here. I seek answers to life's big questions. Turning your back on what is known, off on a new journey, return to nature and listen to her wisdom. Like I said, I feel, yeah, you want to start something new. And he, you know, I feel like a lot of the arguments are based on the fact that he may not see the same vision as you, or doesn't want to invest money in something that may be kind of risky. Okay, so let's look at his feelings. So your feelings are you just want to start something new. You need him to see what you're seeing. Let's look at his feelings. Alright. He got 3 smart man. Okay. I feel like he's always trying to one-up you. And then where I got this indication has nothing really to do with these cards, but look, the Angel of Strength, she has one lion here. He got the Strength card, but with 2 lions. So I feel like you guys kind of get maybe possibly a little bit competitive with one another. Okay. He does see you as a victory. I feel like he's kind of the type of guy that is really prideful, especially with the lions. Okay, really, really prideful. I feel like you have a little pride as well, but his pride is just over the top, and he can never just admit when he's wrong. Very prideful. Doesn't like to see any type of flaws. A lot of times he feels like he just needs a break from the arguing, and he just wants to go relax and be in his own space. And this is not because he sees you in any negative light, because he does see you as a victory. It's just because he needs that time to kind of recharge and figure out like where he should go next or what he should do, because it really is hard for him to admit his faults. He's super prideful with the lions and really guarded when you guys get into these fights, and it's really hard for you to kind of break through this whole deal here. Alright, let's see what the book says about the cards. So he got the 6 of Cups. Now let's see what the... here. I am in wonder of life. Indulge in imagination. Keep a childlike sense of wonder. Reconnect with simple forms of expression. So I feel like he kind of wants to still kind of be a kid, and you really want him to grow up. Let's see, 10 of Wands he got as well. I feel like he's feeling a little bit defeated right now as well. He's feeling a little bit defeated. I carry the burdens of life. Lighten your load and admire the beauty surrounding you. Determined to see the situation through the end. Make one more good push. So he really does want to see this through to the end, and he's willing to, no matter what hardship it takes, really make it through with you. And now let's find out what the Strength. I love these cards, they're just so beautiful. Okay. Let's find out what Strength says. I face my fears with strength of love and patience. Trust yourself. Let your inner endurance shine. Use power to embrace the amazing person within. You have everything within you to succeed. So, yeah, he really just needs to embrace who he really is and let this pride down. These lions look vicious. His pride causes him to be just scary. Alright. So now let's look at obstacles. Any obstacles? Okay. We got the 10 of Swords. We're just going to read from the Royal book about this one, and then I'll give you my interpretation. 10 of Swords. Conflict, war, victory and blood. What needs to be done? So yeah, there needs to be this little phase is just something you guys need to go through in order to be able to get past any issues you guys may be having. I feel like he needs to really conquer his pride. The pride has to go, as well as you. I feel like this is kind of both of you. You both really need to tame your pride and really just open up your heart a little more and kind of let that guard down. So the obstacles you're facing is just being able to really just end the way that you guys are being towards one each other now and choose a new path and try a new method to kind of work with each other. That's going to be a really hard obstacle in your way. So it's just kind of really ending it and just leaving it where it is, kind of leaving the past in the past and starting anew. So let's look at any advice. Okay. First advice that I'm getting is that you guys need to be fair when it comes to finances and realize that you both really don't have it all mastered and you really don't both have it together. And it really isn't just a one-sided thing, and that you both really could work when it comes to finances and just balance this out a little bit. I feel like once you guys get through this fiery-esque, like lava-like phase, a really beautiful love is going to grow, okay? But you guys just need to learn to relax and pamper each other more, spend more time together, show each other more attention, start appreciating the things that you have always appreciated in one another more often, because then you're able to bring in more abundance if you're in the mindset of abundance. Also, this is going to help open your door to value. Show each other how much you really value one another. And this may be easy sometimes when you're in a relationship and you kind of get used to one another, and then you stop forgetting like how valuable that person is. And just try to realize like what your life would be like without them. And if they really do hold a large value for you, start showing them and letting them know that value that they have. And that you do have a chance for, really happy family, a beautiful, union ahead. So the card you got for advice was the Two of Pentacles. So let's see what it says. It says, I perfect the art of balancing responsibilities. I perfect the art of balancing responsibilities. Strike a balance. Reinvent yourself to suit your desires. Ride the wave of challenge in your life. So, let's see. Reinvent yourself to suit your desires. So this is just kind of a rebirthing stage for you guys. So just reinvent, your guys' way of communication, and you really will be able to make it through and build something totally new. And then we have the Two of Wands as well. When I heard, don't look back, don't be looking back on the past. We just got to keep facing forward and look at what's in the future. Let's see. It says, I dare to choose. Gaining perspective. Wait for the right moment. Drafting plans. Look for the future. So yeah, basically like I just said, look to the future. Don't look in the past. Just keep looking to the future and realize that things are turning around and things are changing. And that you both kind of do have some qualities that you could need to work on. Okay? Alright, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this, and comment down below which option you chose and if it resonated. Alright, thank you so much for watching. Bye!